When it comes to food plots, there's no question about how effective they are. The proof is right in front of you, but the real question is how can you make it possible on your property or your own setup? Some people have big equipment, some people have ATVs or UTVs, and some people just have their hands and feet to get the job done. Regardless of your situation, there are so many possibilities to make your hunting even better by utilizing food plots. First, you need to decide when is it easiest for you to plant. For us, we usually do our food plots in late July and August because in the spring, we're usually busy turkey hunting. As far as what seed to pick out, I like to take an expert's opinion. We go through Lacrosse Seed, and they have one of the best and most informative websites that I've found to come up with what you need. They make seed for a variety of uses, but click on food plots, scroll down to the Briar Ridge food plot seed and click on more. From there, you simply select your product, whether you want a mix or straight seed, what you want it to be used for example, a food source or a cover crop, and then finally pick the components you want, such as alfalfa, brassicas, clovers, grasses, or other. Once you've made those choices, it gives you all the needed info, such as life cycle, earliest planting, and what animal it's best for. Next, we go down to our food plot location and put soil samples in a bag from different areas of the food plot. We bring this into our local soil service for about 40 bucks. They give us results and tell us what, if any, fertilizer is needed. This is best done about 6 months ahead of planting if possible. Once it's getting closer to the planting time, we go down and spray all the weeds as early as possible. You can use a backpack sprayer, or if you have an ATV, Moose Utility Division makes a great sprayer that you can put on the back of your unit. If you let it get too late in the summer, the weeds get extremely tall and it makes for a lot more work when they die and you have to rake them up. Once all the weeds are dead, we go in and rake as much off as possible so that way there's good soil contact. For this specific food plot, we have a disc for the back of our ATV to help till up the ground. Once we have it all worked up, we drag it before putting down the seed. Once the ground is ready, we put the seed in hand planters and walk around the food plot spreading the seed. In some situations, we use our UTV, which has a Moose Utility spreader on the back of it, and plant using this. You can simply push a button from the front and it'll spread the seed exactly to how you have it set. This works much better for large food plots, but either way, you can get the job done. Once the seed is done, we use a harrow on the back of the ATV to drag the area. Some plots need to be mowed, and that's probably something you want to think about ahead of time. But if you're like us and you don't have a mower and you plant a food plot that needs to be mowed, you can always do what we did and just take your lawnmower down. Not something I'd always recommend, but sometimes you have to make do with what you have, and it worked great. We got our food plot mowed and we were all set. In the area we hunt, cattle are also present, so the last thing you want is them inside your food plot. We have a solar panel electric fence that we use and string around the entire food plot. It's an easy and cheap way to keep the cattle out. This way the deer can still jump the fence and get in, but the cows stay away. To top it all off, we place a water tank right inside the food plot along with a rub post, licking branch, and mock scrape. The idea is to draw all the deer to this area, which is right in front of our blind, and give them everything they need. It's amazing to see how well it works, and it's an easy way to improve your entire season of deer hunting by just a little bit of work in the off season.